Cheer, it's Black Richard Gear. What's up, what's up, what's up? That's what's up 3 times. It's what's up Wednesday. You know where we at. Time is Money headquarters. Base studio number 3. You know, a lot to discuss today, but the first thing on the docket is LeBron James. He's the topic of discussion. Lately in media, it seems like it's been a hate campaign being sponsored mostly by Stephen A. Smith. So we're going to address it. We're going to keep it short and simple, though, because I don't want to take too much time on Stephen A. Like I said, he's taking up enough airways as it is. During last basketball season, he had commentary about LeBron's son, and LeBron checked him for it. Checked him to his face. Then immediately after that, LeBron, did he address him first? No. Stephen A. went on and addressed it himself on First Take the next day. First thing he said was, I wasn't going to talk about this. Find it weird. He says he wasn't going to talk about it, and all he's done since is talk about it. After he made his rant on First Take, LeBron then went on Pat McAfee and gave his take. Since then, LeBron has never said another word about it. But Stephen A. has been on tour. Literally on tour. Going from platform to platform, making his disgust with LeBron known. Now, I don't have a problem with people, especially in media, talking about sports and other things like that. That's what they do. They talk about sports. But this is diverted so far from sports, where now Stephen A. is just coming out saying he just doesn't like LeBron. And it's funny because it seems like nobody ever knew this. He secretly hated LeBron behind closed doors. But that's how most haters are. Sometimes, they're too afraid to, hate you in public from, your fans or your following disliking them for it. But Stephen A. is now, he's hit a different tax bracket where I guess he feels he's comfortable enough with not having the support of LeBron's fans and his followers. So he's going on an all-out tirade, an all-out I hate LeBron campaign. And once again, he's entitled to say and do as he feels. My bigger issue is the black platforms that are giving Stephen A. the opportunity to kick LeBron James back in. The first one I'm going to address is the pivot with Ryan Clark. Sometimes if you wait long enough, your heroes will become, your villains, or somewhat in that somehow I don't know I'm not wording it correctly, but I used to look up to Stephen A. And I recently, like I said, looked up to Ryan Clark. But the latest moves of them both seem so weak to me. Ryan Clark is somebody who, encourages debate. He encourages, pushback. His show, The Pivot, gives people an opportunity to come on and voice their opinion, but also sometimes he gives, his response, and he may have a little pushback here and there. But one thing I didn't like was there was not even any pushback. It wasn't even a conversation. Him and his host, Channing Crowder, just allowed Stephen A. to just go on and on and on about how he hates LeBron. And you can see it on their faces that they were scared to respond to him. They were scared to offer any pushback to Stephen A. They didn't want to give him any negative feedback. And what I will assume is that they don't want Stephen A. to then now shun them. Stephen A. is somebody who opens doors for people in the media space. And now he's using that power as a weapon. So he went on Ryan Clark's show and he said how LeBron doesn't make these comments towards white people, but then right after that said how LeBron actually addressed Brian Windhorst. So that made no sense because he obviously did address Brian Windhorst. But I'm guessing he's saying he doesn't check white people to their face like how he got checked. Long story short, Stephen A. got embarrassed in front of millions and millions of people and now this is his get back. He showed, there's videos of him training in the gym, showing his boxing skills. And, LeBron made fun of that. But Stephen A. says that if he would ever have the opportunity again, things would have went different. These things will go differently next time if James was to approach him. I don't see how that would happen. But it's perfect timing because, shout out Shador, Stephen A. just got checked again by a white man on his own platform. And instead of going on a tirade or having any rebuttal for the white man who's Serena Williams' husband, he says that he has to protect his brand. And he wouldn't jeopardize his job by going back and forth with Serena Williams' husband. So obviously him degrading LeBron isn't any threat to his employment. So he's comfortable doing it. So he's comfortable kicking a black man's back in. But when it comes to a white person, he uses his better judgment. Not only did he go on Ryan Clark's The Pivot, he has now appeared on Carmelo Anthony's 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I was actually going to just, do my take just on the Ryan Clark situation. But when Carmelo's situation came up, I'm not going to lie, it kind of made me angry because I was angry for LeBron. Because I'm watching somebody who he probably considers a brother, not just because they're in the NBA together, but, they were part of a certain group called the Banana Boat Crew. They would get made fun of because they were, pictured on this banana boat. They would take vacations, him, D-Wade, Chris Paul, they were all, brotherhood. And he even spoke about how LeBron saved his life one time with him falling in the water and almost drowning. So to see Carmelo do the exact same thing that Ryan Clark did, allow not only Stephen A. to come on his platform, but to offer no pushback, no commentary, just sit there quietly and just flat out say, I don't like LeBron. I don't like him. I never liked him. And he goes on to say things about how LeBron tried to get him fired behind the scenes and different things of that sort. Who knows if it's true or not? And LeBron may never come out and speak on it. I would love for him to come on my platform, of course, But he doesn't have to. As a black man, I feel that we should stand up for each other when we see another brother is being dragged through the mud. Once again, it's perfect timing. Carmelo Anthony is now a host for NBA on NBC. So it felt like maybe he allowed Stephen A. to come on his show and do what he did so he can generate more views for his own podcast. And the sad thing is, his appearance on NBC, I feel like it was overshadowed now because of the Stephen A. situation. I think more people are talking about Carmelo Anthony allowing Stephen A. to come on his platform and kick LeBron's back in than they're talking about Carmelo having a great hosting job right now on NBC. Now, they gave him some critique about his uniform, his choice of clothing. He chose to wear a jumpsuit for his first day on the broadcast. And I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm going to take off the gloves now. It's jealousy. Carmelo's jealous of LeBron, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of. Why you allow somebody like Stephen A. to come on your platform and do what he did. And it could be multiple reasons. People say maybe he's harboring hard feelings from LeBron winning Rookie of the Year when they first came in. Some people say he's harboring hard feelings for LeBron getting J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert on his team for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then winning the championship. Maybe Melo felt like if they would have stayed with him with the Knicks, they would have eventually won one. I'm not even sure if they even had a playoff victory. I mean, they probably won a game or two in the playoffs, but I'm not sure they won a playoff series. But they definitely never made the finals, I don't believe. So if they did, then kudos to him. But Carmelo's biggest award achievement besides winning a championship in college is being a 3-time gold medalist. Something that LeBron is also. Carmelo's never had an MVP. Granted, he's had a scoring title. Many people have scoring titles. Even some of his co-hosts on this NBA, on NBC broadcast, Tracy McGrady, they also have scoring titles. Never won an MVP, never won a championship. So I think a lot of these players that are now retired are having some regrets. They wish that they could have been on LeBron's team at his peak. It's funny enough, look, Carmelo did end up on LeBron's team with the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure LeBron probably helped get him there because nobody else wanted him. But I digress. We'll leave that alone. The fact that Stephen A. is allowed to go on these black platforms and not only just trash another black man, that the other black men sit there quiet and docile is sickening. And I feel like there's no place for that in our sports media. Like, yeah, we leave those critiques and things like that to Skip Bayless. We expect that of a Skip Bayless. But the fact that this black man who's at the pinnacle of media is going out of his way to each platform he can to say something about LeBron, about something that happened last basketball season, something that he said that he didn't want to address. He's now made it his platform to do so. This is his new campaign. Stephen A. Smith is turning into a coon right before our eyes. We see it with the political commentary he's been making. He's made comments about Jasmine Crockett. He's now taken back his words or walked back his comments on Kyrie during COVID, but not really walked it back. He basically said the reason why he even came at Kyrie was because the billionaires that he would be talking to would say, well, I took the vaccine, so why can't Kyrie? Basically saying the owners. So he basically been speaking for the owners when he was kicking Kyrie's back in. But now there's a certain group of people, I don't know if we call them the left or the right side. We'll say just the Republican side, just so I can make sure I'm politically correct, pun intended. Some people are saying that the vaccine wasn't necessary. Some saying that it was just an agenda pushed by the Democrats. And Stephen A. is leaning on that. He's basically trying to position himself to run for the next election, but he's trying to put himself directly in the middle where he can say, hey, I can go either way. If the Republicans give me enough, I'll go that way. If the Democrats want me and they see that, without me, they have no chance of winning, he may go that way. It's a sad day when people are putting, their pockets over their morals. But that's the new age, the new world. Everything's about clickbait. Everything's about, I don't know what they call it, stream farming, whatever it is, aura farming. Everybody's about doing whatever they can to get the most views, whether it be negative or positive. But most often than not, we know negativity trends more than positivity. So that's the hill Stephen A. is choosing to die on. But why sacrifice LeBron for your political aspirations? Now, do I think Stephen A. is gonna, lose any fanfare for, me making a video about him? Not at all. But I feel like as an up-and-coming personality in media, it is my duty to have some type of journalistic integrity. But not even that. As a black man, I feel like it's my duty to call out the bull when I see it. So, unfortunately, Carmelo is just being used as a pawn for LeBron. Ryan Clark has just been used as a pawn for LeBron. And I wouldn't be surprised if I see more black media platforms give Stephen A. Smith an opportunity. Because once again, they want to gain his favor. But for those of us who do want to keep our moral sanity, who do want to support real journalism, this is a place for you to tune into. Time is Money Enterprise, Time is Money Podcast. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Time is Money on everything. Be blessed.